We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
Eric. We've got a floor plan for Eric, so we'll be talking about this a little bit. He has he set up a spare room as a theater. Its dimensions are 10 feet by 10 feet, 8 inches by 8 feet. So it is a squarish room.
It's pretty close to square.
Yeah. The room has carpet, but there's still major ringing when he clapped his hands. So he built 3 feet by 2 foot DIY movie poster. What did I say? Movie poster acoustic panels and put them up on the side walls, but they did not reduce the ringing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He put up a blackout curtain on the whole east wall, and it did reduce ringing, even though the curtain is not very thick. It's only like a 2-ply polyester. He suspects that the curtain is only interacting with the very high frequencies, and once he starts watching actual movies, the room will still echo and sound bad. So he wants to put a 4 by 2 foot acoustic panel on the east walls behind the seats. If he leaves the curtains up to hide the panel, will it reduce or negate the effectiveness of the panel? It will do neither of those things. It will just do nothing to the panel.
Yeah. But the panel is largely going to be working in the mid-range.
Right.
That's where absorption panels primarily have their effect. Now, I can completely understand where he's coming from. I had a similar thing. I got a tiny little room in my for my home theater in my apartment here. I have absorption panels in all the corners, on the side walls, on the front wall, behind me. I clap my hands. I still get a zing. Yeah. I still get a slap echo. Diffusion panels on my ceiling got rid of that. And so, like he was saying, the curtain, which is, we agree, really only affecting the high frequencies, that seemed to reduce the zing, the clap echo a little bit. It's the higher frequencies, and that's where diffusion really helps you out, is in the higher frequencies. So I would actually recommend, certainly check out, GIC Acoustics, that we always recommend, but their diffusion products are quite thick, most of them. They have a fair amount of depth to them, which doesn't always work well in a small room, just makes you feel hemmed in. So over at Auralex, Auralex has a lot of different diffusion products, some of them that are only about 3 inches in depth. And yet for this type of thing, for clap echo, they're still effective because it is those highest frequencies.
Right.
And you could actually put several of those on the ceiling. It wouldn't look out of place if you went for like their sustained lens diffuser. It actually looks quite nice. It looks like a nice little bamboo grid that you've put on your ceiling. So decoration wise, it doesn't even look out of place. So something like that. That's what will get rid of that slap echo.
I don't know, dude. Anything on the ceiling that's not a light or a fan looks out of place. But I've seen them up there, and they're nice looking. But whatever. The Auralex ones I've seen too, and they look out of place. But as you wish. He says, "What about corner traps? Does he need some?" The answer to that question is always yes. I think
you can almost never have too much base trapping.
Yeah, so corner traps would not hurt anything, and you are in a square room, dude. For real, you need to put some base trapping in there. That would not hurt you at all. That can only help. So yes, you want corner traps, as many corners as you can find, all of the corners.
Corners, edges, everything. If you can put stuff in the wall to ceiling edge, the floor to wall edge, everywhere that you can put absorption in this room would be absolutely fine.
Yes. So he has 2 SVS PB1000s and an SB1000 available to use. In order to use the front and rear wall placement, he needs to fit the front sub under his media cabinet, and the the SB fits better than the PB, which makes sense because the PB is a huge box. Will the PB and the SB placed mid-wall sound as good or better together with the 2 PBs in opposing corners would? Sorry. So you get to put 2 PBs in the opposing corners. So you can put the SB up front, the sealed box up front, and the PB in the back. What do we prefer? I think output-wise, you're not really going to notice a difference. either way.
Not in this size room.
The room's too small.
Using an SB1000 in here, you're fine.
Perfectly fine. You could get away with SBs for both of them, but you've got PBs all over the place. Apparently, you're flush with PB subwoofers, which is awesome. I wish I had that problem. But which one works better aesthetically for you would be my answer. Which one works better aesthetically? And if you're going to if the option is I can use SB up front and a PB in the back and then put corner traps in all four of my corners, or I can put subs in two of my corners and traps in my other two corners, I'd be like, 4 corners worth of traps, please. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, the theory says that the middle of the front wall, middle of the back wall is slightly better than diagonally opposing corners. So the theory says that it opens up your corners for putting more base trapping in there. You have a scenario that already works, and we're not worried about the output of the SP1000 at all in this room size. So I kind of think the plan that you have makes the most sense. That's my opinion.
Yeah, his room layout's a little weird. I'm trying to figure out if you could even get something up in his front left corner at all. So it looks to me like the only corners that are available for corner trapping anyways are the back 2 corners.
The back corners, yeah. Which is fine. I mean, everywhere that you can.
Yes, and then there's a curtain, if I'm reading this right, in front of a closet.
Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah, I imagine that's where his gear is. So, but if that's not where your gear is, if your gear is actually under your TV, whatever, that's just a closet. Whatever you could put in there, dude, that's like a big old bass trap.
Yeah,
just
that's right.
Fill that thing up, dude, for real. And his last thought is, well, I just asked him his last question. Any thoughts to improve his proposed layout? No.
Line that closet.
Line that closet. Diffusion on the ceiling. Bass traps in the corners. Leave your subs where they are.
Yep.
Looks good to me, dude.
I agree.
Looks like a nice room, to be honest with you. You're doing a very good job with a non-optimal room. Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.